Hey guys, welcome back to the Subtl YouTube channel. It's Keira here, and I am getting on a flight to go home for the holidays in a couple of hours. We are just finishing up packing. My baby's taking a nap, so now is the time that I'm going to do my makeup real quick for the airplane. Now, airplane makeup to me is very important because number one, for some reason, like going to the airport, I want to feel my best, but also look my best. I'm not one of those people that just like hops right out of bed and heads on a flight. Like, I don't know, the lighting in the airport and on the airplane is just like gross. You can feel icky. So I like feeling just a little bit put together. However, it's also really important to me that my makeup does not cause me to break out, because something about going on a flight always makes me break out. So I learned a couple of tips along the way. So I'll go over some of those as I do my makeup, but this is my makeup stack that I'm taking with me on my trip. And I will also use this to get ready for my flight, throw it in my bag. That way there's no risk of this like getting lost. If my luggage gets lost, I always like to carry it on. That's a huge pro to Subtl, is that everything is TSA approved. So anyway, let's get into it. Okay, concealer first is 3N. I do have a base of like a tinted sunscreen on, but we gotta cover up these red spots and acne. So I'm just gonna start by just patting into here. And what I learned when I was like researching why the heck do I always break out on flights is that a big part of it is actually hydration, because it dries your skin out so much. This means like drink a ton of water. I try to do it like a couple of hours before I go so that I'm not like having to go to the bathroom on the plane a bunch. Also making sure that your skin is hydrated. So the night before, I never do any harsh, acne treatments. I always just do a really good hydrating lotion. That's why I love using this concealer, because it's very hydrating. So when you're doing your makeup for the airplane, make sure that you're not just like caking on a bunch of dry makeup, because that is going to contribute to breakouts. And I never do a full foundation when I'm going on a flight. That's why I love this concealer as well, because I can just spot conceal. And sometimes if I have like a super important event, I will leave any active acne not covered. But right now, like I don't have anything super important, and these are kind of like older, so I think it's fine to cover them up. And again, this is the beauty of taking the stack with me, is that I need a little refresh. I can do that very quickly and easily. Now I'm also gonna put some lip balm on. This is the Strawberry Stopover. I love this one, and it smells so good. Again, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Okay, lip and cheek, I'm gonna go in with Terracotta Tour Guide. I'm just gonna use my finger to apply. I've been seeing lately that putting blush underneath your eye is really good for covering up dark circles. I remember one time I was on a flight and the girl next to, I think it was my mom and I, was doing her makeup and was telling us that she thought she was going to be proposed to when she got picked up from the airport. And I just feel like a stack would have been so handy for her. There's so many times that I've been flying and that I've done my makeup like in the airport or on the plane before I had the stack, and now like the stack just makes it so much easier. And again, you don't have to check your makeup, you can bring it with you. And then I'll put a little bit on my lips just for a little bit of color. Next, we're gonna go in with bronzer. Honestly, this little brush in the bottom is really good for bronzer. If I touch up on the plane, that's probably what I would use, but I do love a good fat bronzer brush, so I'm gonna use this from the 4-piece brush set. And because I'm such a fan of cream products, I think I put a little bit of this on this morning. So I will take this with me as well. It's kind of like a contour stick, but it's more of a bronzer color. This is Mocha. It's the Fenty Beauty Stick. So usually I'll put a little bit of like cream, bronzer or contour on, and then I'll do the powder on top. Because when I just do cream, it tends to like rub off throughout the day. And then I like to go on the edges of my nose. Oh, and I'm using the shade Leche, which is the lightest one, because I just like using a lighter bronzer and building and putting it like all over my face. Next, I'm gonna do my eyeshadow. I love this dual-ended brush. It like makes Every eyeshadow I apply looks so good. Like something about it is just incredible. I'm just gonna do some bronzer here in the crease. And this really just kind of adds some extra color and definition. I definitely don't do anything dark because after a long day of travel, all the makeup just kind of tends to like fall down your face. I love these little parts to this brush because I can make it as dense or as fluffy as I want. So I'll use it in the more dense way to go under my eye. I feel like this could work well too for contouring. Okay, pretty good. And then next I'm gonna do cream highlighter in Rosé. I forgot to apply that. I've been applying it along with the lip and cheek, but you can always do it on top too. And I just put it right here. I love this highlighter. It's so nice. Oh, I forgot that I actually had eyeshadow in here. So even though I did the bronzer, I'm gonna do a little bit of the jelly eyeshadow duo. So I'm gonna do this purpley color. And look, I do not clean my brushes in between eyeshadow very often. If I do need to, I'll use the dry brush cleaner, obviously. This is a must for your stack. Like, I can't believe that this has existed and I didn't know about it before. It works super well and it comes with refills for the little, you know, thingy. And I actually think you can just peel this off as well and clean it. It's kind of like a Velcro thing. So super cool, super handy for travel. Anyway, I'm gonna take the other side of the dual-ended brush and apply the shimmer for jelly. This eyeshadow duo is just like undefeated. It looks so good on everyone. If you use powder highlight, that works too. Pretty often I'll just do bronzer and highlight, but we love a good jelly moment as well. Okay, and then I did my eyebrows earlier, but I'm just gonna touch them up real quick. Okay, and then even though for the most part I like to keep my skin really hydrated, I am gonna do just a little bit of shine control powder. I'm getting the bronzer off with the dry brush cleaner. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do a little bit in the middle of the forehead. I feel like my nose is a little too shiny. And then right here, you can see things are kind of moving around. So I'm gonna just lock that in. Okay, and there you have it. There is my flight makeup. It's very light, very glowy. I will reapply, you know, the lip balm, lip and cheek on the plane. If I need to touch up, if we get somehow, for some reason, hopefully not stranded somewhere, I have my little makeup stack with me. That's about all I need. I will show you what else I like to pack on a trip in the next video, so stay tuned. I will link that once it's up. And I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Bye.